Welcome to Opera Fan Dallas. Are you ready for some Wagner? You may ask, why are Vikings depicted with horned helmets? The reason is because Wagner thought it looked cool. The helmet I have on is accurate. No horns. This episode will be using the Metropolitan Opera's 2011 production of Die Walküre by Richard Wagner, produced by Deutsche Grammophon. See the description for details and links to the Dallas Opera. Act 1. Siegmund got drunk at a wedding and started a brawl. He ran before the cops showed up into a storm. Siegmund stumbles exhausted into a house that is constructed around a tree. Sieglinde finds him and she thinks he's hot. They are interrupted by Sieglinde's husband, Hunding, who asks, "Who the heck are you?" Siegmund replies, "My name is Sue, how do you do?" And he sings, "Life ain't easy for a boy named Sue." Hunding retorts, "Aren't you the guy that started the fight at the wedding? You're lucky I've had too many beers, so I need to sleep it off, but I will kick your ass in the morning." Alone, Siegmund calls on his father, Velsa, for the sword he promised him in his hour of need. Sieglinde returns, "I gave him NyQuil. He'll be out for hours." She tells of her forced wedding where a one-eyed stranger came in and thrusts a sword into the tree and no one can pull it out. Siegmund replies, "Merlin was at your wedding?" "No, you're thinking of King Arthur. That was a sword and a stone." Sieglinde confesses that Hunding's a lousy husband. "Just look at this place. I live in a goddamn treehouse." Sieglinde asks, "Was your father's name really Wolf?" "No," he admits, "my father's name was Darth Vader." Sieglinde is stunned. "I'm your twin sister. Let's go back to Alabama and get married." He agrees. "I'll grab the sword, you get the cups," and off they go. Act 2. Meanwhile, back at Valhalla, Wotan, the king of the gods, tells his daughter, the Valkyrie Brünnhilde, that she must defend his mortal son Siegmund in the upcoming fight with Hunding. Fricka, Wotan's wife and goddess of marriage, appears. She is pissed. She insists that Wotan defend Hunding's marriage rights against Siegmund. Wotan whines, "But Siegmund can get my ring back." Fricka scoffs, "A dragon took your ring? You must have been high on mushrooms to think I would buy that story. Let's just run through your fidelity. 9 Valkyries, 1 pair of twins, and a partridge in a pear tree." Okay, Wotan acquiesces. "Fidelity is not my strong suit. Hunding wins." "Don't make me come back here again," says Fricka, and off she goes. Brünnhilde returns. Wagner always assumes you didn't see the earlier operas and retells everything to that point. Thus, each opera gets longer and longer. Here goes. The dwarf Alveric steals the Rheingold and makes a ring of power. Wotan steals Alveric's stuff and gives it to the giant Fafnir to pay for building Valhalla. Alveric curses the ring. Fafnir turns himself into a dragon to protect the Rheingold. Brünnhilde nods off in the middle of this, but agrees to defend Hunding to make Wotan shut up. Siegmund and his sister got it on, but then they ran all night and she falls asleep out of exhaustion. Brünnhilde appears and tells him, "Good news, you're going to Disneyland. I mean Valhalla. Bad news, you will be killed by Hunding." "What?" he replies. "I could beat him with one eye closed, and I have this unbreakable sword." "Geez," says Brünnhilde, "you are just like Dad. He really wants you to win, so I'll help you after all." Hunding arrives and they start fighting. Siegmund is about to win, when Wotan appears and shatters his unbreakable sword. No sword, Hunding kills Siegmund. "Oh crap," sings Brünnhilde, "let's get out of here." She escapes with Sieglinde and the broken sword pieces. Hunding is doing his victory dance, and that pisses Wotan off, so he kills him with a contemptuous wave of his hand and then proceeds to leave to go punish Brünnhilde for her disobedience. Act 3 starts with the music made popular by the movie Apocalypse Now. The Valkyries are bringing slain heroes back to Valhalla. They are surprised to see Brünnhilde when she arrives with Sieglinde. When they hear that Wotan is after her, they are too afraid to hide her. Sieglinde states, "Oh, just let me die. I've been throwing up all morning." Brünnhilde tells her she is knocked up with Siegmund's child. "Say what?" responds Sieglinde. "Well, that explains a lot. Should I call Olivia Benson at SVU?" "No time," informs Brünnhilde. "Just take the sword pieces and go hide before Wotan gets here." He appears and sentences Brünnhilde to become a mortal woman. Her sisters object, but when he threatens to do the same thing to them, they all panic and run off. Brünnhilde pleads that disobeying his orders was what he really wanted. "Yeah," says Wotan, "but if my wife finds out, I will never hear the end of it. Sorry, Bruni, but I'm going to have to put you to sleep like Sleeping Beauty, and the first man to give you a kiss will have you." "Wait," she asks, "how about you get your pyromaniac friend Loki to put a wall of flames around me so only the bravest hero can get to me? Last I heard, he was setting wildfires in Texas." Wotan agrees. "Yeah, that works for me. That way, only hero that could get to you would be Sieglinde's child, Siegfried." "What?" says Brünnhilde. "I'm his aunt." "Remember," says Wotan, "incest is the game the whole family can play." Wotan kisses Brünnhilde's eyes with sleep, and then he summons Loki, the god of fire, and circles the rocks in flames. And he departs as the stage begins to blaze, and curtain. Thank you for watching. Click on the circle on the side of the screen to subscribe.